Hi everybody and welcome to my first ever live stream. So today I'm just going to be doing maintenance on both my large aquariums, and I will take questions regarding the process of anybody that wants to ask anything. So let's crack on. So first of all, I always start by water extraction. This is a rainbow fish aquarium, so it's going to need 30 to 40% water change today. So I start the water extraction and then I'll start doing the work. 1 second. Okay, so for water extraction, I have a hose pipe that runs into my bathroom. I set the water going from the tap until I stop hearing the bubbles, and then I'll just take the hose pipe off the tap, and that starts the extraction of the water. So first off, I always clean the glass. I just use a non-stick scourer. I always start the water going first because everything that you now stir up gets extracted as you go along. So I always only ever clean the front of the glass, never do the sides or the back. Welcome to anyone if you've just joined us. Thanks for coming. So when I do the glass, it always does stir up a little bit of muck, and then I can get my fingers into the Java fern, try and stir anything up there. Also the same with the Anubias, just get my fingers in and give it a stir up. So once the glass is clean, I always start with the Java, try and take out any of the old leaves that are rotting away. This also stirs them up a little bit more as well, just gets all that muck out. And they just gently pull away dead easily. Today I'm going to do quite a lot of work on the Lotus Tiger Lily. Some of the leaves are now kind of getting perforations in them, so it's time to trim them away and make room for the new. I have just made my own root tabs, and I have placed a root tab under the Lotus Tiger Lily. So it's an homemade one. I have done quite a bit of research into it, and I did a little experiment on my windowsill to make sure that you didn't get any massive ammonia spikes or anything, so I was quite fine with the results that I got on that. So just to test, I've put one in, and that was done 2 weeks ago now, and I've not had any ammonia spikes or anything like that, so that's good. So now I'm quite happy that they're not going to poison the tank. I just want to see how the Lotus Tiger Lily does with it, and then if it does well, then I'll do a video on how I've made them and what I used to make them. I'm just going to be so careful. I actually did it over the bank holiday weekend, so I put it in on the Friday night, so I had like 3 days to monitor the tank just to make sure. Everything seemed to be fine. For the Lotus Tiger Lily, if you're trimming it, just want to try and get as near to the bulb as possible. You don't want any stalk left over to rot and the rot enter the bulb. If the rot enters the bulb, then the bulb will die, and obviously your plant's dead. So this will look a little bit sparse today once it's done, but within a couple of weeks on the sprouts new leaves or new lilies, it'll look amazing again. There's no point keeping any lilies that have got holes in the leaves, because the plant will try and use its energy to repair the leaf. It won't be able to repair the leaf. So if you cut it away, it can use all its energy to make new lilies. I think that pretty much goes for all plants, leaves, as far as I'm aware. Hi everybody, thanks for joining us today. If you have any questions, come through and chat, and I'll try and to answer them as we go along. We are obviously live today, and I think I'm going to do a live stream every Saturday afternoon just to, while I do the tank maintenance, just to answer any questions that anyone may have, and see how it goes from there. It may become a regular Saturday thing. It depends really. Depends if anyone wants it to happen and anyone wants to watch. The next I'm going to do today is trim down all this Ludwigia. It's not really done great in this aquarium, to be honest. It's a little bit deep, so you don't really get the red without turning the light intensity up. I don't really want to turn the light intensity up because it's mainly Anubias, so. But we'll see. We'll just see how it goes. I changed the front plants on this aquarium quite a lot, to be honest. Mind you, I changed the plants in all my aquariums quite a lot, apart from the angelfish tank. I set up I broke down my CO2 tank a few weeks ago and rebuilt it, and there is a build video that will come out for that once it all grows in. But I wasn't happy with the way some of the plants were growing in, because it's a small aquarium and I'd gone for Ludwigia and the leaves were a little bit too big, and to be honest it didn't look right, so I have changed the plants back of that. So there you go, that's just an example of how I change my plants all the time. A bit of a nightmare, but isn't that part of the fun? Once I've trimmed, just take the top trimmings off. I have removed the other stalks because they've just gone a bit leggy. And then replant those back into the aquarium. Hey Marvin, I've just seen your message come through there. Hope you're okay today. Thank you very much. It is my first live stream. It's nice to know that people can see it, because I don't really have a clue what I'm doing regarding the live stream, to be honest. And then just replant what you've trimmed off, and they'll soon root and start growing again. Stem plants are just a great one to keep going, kind of revitalise themselves as they grow, trim, replant. Happy days. Hey, hi Josh. How's New York? I would love to be in New York at the moment, to be perfectly honest. Somewhere I've never been, somewhere where I would love to go. Hope you're well. Hi Denise, hope you've seen this week's video because I do mention you in it. Thanks for the photos. Not only do I want your aquarium, I also want your red rainbows. They are beautiful, them photos are spectacular as well, so thank you for that, thank you. So once it's gone through, I've trimmed and replanted the Ludwigia. I have knocked the Anubias out a little bit. I am considering taking the Anubias out and kind of thinning it out a little bit really. Never done anything with the Anubias apart from cut it back and replant it somewhere or put it somewhere else. So all my tanks are a little bit Anubias heavy, and I think I've only ever bought 3 or 4 Anubias plants, and I have a lot of Anubias in all my tanks. In fact, I've got that much Anubias that I've got 2 buckets full of it as well in another room. Just 1 second, just need to plug the charger in on the phone. That's better, don't want to lose you. I've got to put the charger on. Thank you, you're doing a good job. Thank you very much, Ian Burgoyne. I know who you are. Thanks, Mum. You start school for the little one, yes, all the kids have gone back to school. Don't I know it? I drive for a living. The roads have been a nightmare this week, and now, what will it be, a nightmare now up till Christmas, till they're off school again. I always think Mr. Miyagi, Karate Kid, when I'm taking leaves out of the aquarium. Don't know why. Guess I'm still a young boy in my head. Although catching leaves is a bit easier than catching flies, I suppose. Hi, is it Dwayne Lachine? Hi there. I do apologise if I pronounced your name wrong there. I am pretty organised, mate. I am. I've got a table set out and everything with all that I need. I do. I am organised. I am, and I was organised. I'll be honest. I had all this set out this morning at 9 o'clock, just getting ready because I had to go shopping. So yeah, I am organised. Or I tried to be. Okay, so how I extract water, for those that weren't here at the beginning of the stream, is a hose pipe that connects to my bath tap, and then I just got the U-bend thing that you use on a washing machine, and that forms a hook, and I have it set at that, so every week I remove exactly the same amount of water from this aquarium every single week, which helps me monitor the additives I put in for GH and KH, because I do test my water weekly. The water test on this aquarium has been done and it is exactly the same as what it always is. Do highly recommend before water tests you always test your source, because you don't know what water companies are putting in your water, because you certainly know what the water companies in the UK do to your wastewater, don't you? Because they dump it in your canals and rivers. So I always test my water, I make sure it's right. pH here is around about 6.8, which is great. KH on the tap water here is 0, GH is 0, so if I remove the same amount of water each week, I know exactly how much of the additive to put in when I add it back into the water. Okay, so I will start adding water back now. Now this is going to be connected to my cold water tap. And in the summer, it isn't as much of a problem. I don't add water fast because I don't want to shock the fish. Cold water changes aren't really a bad thing. Rainbow fish love it, corridors love it. There's quite a lot of fish that love a cold water change. So you just have to watch you don't go too cold. So in the summer, it isn't too bad. I can put the water back in. I don't put it in crazily. It's not like I'm washing my car. It goes in at a nice steady little pace. In the winter though, I'm a little bit different. It does go in a lot slower, and I have a bucket of boiled water ready, and I just add little cup by cup of boiling water, just so you don't drop that temperature too much. If you can just bear with me, I will just turn the tap back on and start putting water back in this baby. There is water coming out of here, honestly. Not that slow though. Okay, so there we go, water coming back in. I will keep an eye on that and I'll see what's going on the shower. It is, I do have another hose pipe because I used to do both tanks together. So the hose bend was brilliant. I'm sorry, I've got my laptop there and I'm talking to the laptop. Yeah, so I use the hose bend, it just forms a hook. It's a great idea, and I've got the rimless aquarium there and it doesn't fall out. It just makes life easier. You can see there I have a filter intake on there, so it stops you kind of like sucking up any fish, and it kind of helps disperse the water as well when it's going back in. So I have two hose pipes because I used to run it on both tanks at the same time, but I don't own this place and it's laminate flooring, so I have to be really careful. And kind of don't want to flood myself out because I'd be proper done for. So, because I don't really think you're supposed to have aquariums in rented accommodation, but I had a cat for 17 years and didn't tell them that either. So tough. So just water goes back in, and if anyone's got any questions on the chat, guys, I can answer them while we're going on filling this tank up. And I'm too busy chatting, so water conditioner. This isn't Fluval Aqua Plus water conditioner. It's not. It is a Fluval water conditioner, but it's not that one. Just I use that because it's got a squirty thing on the bottle. So I do a few squirts of the dechlorinator. Dechlorinate the water. I use. This is not a paid promotion by any means, but I see a lot of people on Facebook asking what fertilizers people use, and I use that. It's Neutro Plus. Actually, Neutro Plus is more for CO2 tanks. So there is Neutro and there's Neutro Plus. I got it from a company called Aqua Essentials, which you'll find online. And to be honest, I started using it because it's the cheapest one I could find. For that tub, I sign up to a 3-month thing, so they deliver it. They bill me for it every 3 months and deliver a tub of that. It takes 6 squirts into this aquarium every day, and it works out. I think it's just gone up a little bit actually, but it works out at like $37.99. So $37.99 for enough fertilizer to fertilize your tank for 3 months doesn't really make sense, does it? Just one sec. What's this? How old's your setup? Okay, mate. Yes. So this tank here will be just over 3 years old now. I lost a lot of photographs off my phone, and I had it all photographed and everything, and it's a sore point because for what I did lose on my phone that day. So it's set up. It would have been, yeah. It's just over 3 years old. It is a fully planted aquarium. There is a piece of rock in there somewhere that you can't see anymore. There's a nice big piece of wood in there, and it's kind of it's a root, but it's turned upside down so you get branches. And the idea was to have the Anubias, so it looked like a tree. But I kind of just let the Anubias grow, and as you can see, the Anubias grew, and it's now taken over the whole tank. And then there's 2 pieces of dragonstone in there as well, which you can't see anymore either. And then my angelfish tank, which we'll move over to when I've done the water on this. The angelfish tank will be about 2.5 years old, I think now. Yeah, in fact, probably coming up to 3 years old, because it wasn't long from having this that I set the angelfish tank up. I don't know, you can't see it, can you? You can't see it. Just down there is my little shrimp tank. That's probably 18-month old as well. And then I have a CO2 tank. CO2, I've been running in that for probably about 18 months now. But I did strip it down and I rebuilt it in that'll be about 6 weeks ago now. There is a build video coming out. I'm just waiting for it to grow in. I know for all the YouTube aquascapers and all that, they can pack the tanks out with plants. It's great that when you pretty much get your plants supplied for free. But when you don't, you kind of have to buy them and let them grow in a little bit. But when you buy them and don't let them grow in a bit, the thumbnail on YouTube doesn't bring anybody in, because who wants to look at an empty, oh look at this empty tank that I've built. So you kind of just got to let it grow in, and it is growing in, but like I say, I've changed the plants on it since I've built it. I've changed the back plants, so that build video hopefully within the next 4 weeks, hopefully. But build videos aren't what my channel's about, or not yet anyway. But if I do a build, I will video it, so there's no point not. That's the reason I got into doing YouTube, because I did this one. One of my mates was like, oh, brilliant, loved it, I built that one. That one, if you've not seen what that one looked like before the plants went in there, there is a fish room tour on my page. It's worth checking out because there's pictures of it on there, and it was pretty amazing. If I do say so myself. Sorry, it sounded really big-headed there. And I do just move the hose pipe around a little bit so there's not like a real bad cold area. So on this tank, while we're just waiting for it to fill up, I have a fluval plant like there, and another one at the back. The one at the back is turned down really low. That's just for the Java ferns and the Anubias that's in there. The one at the front is turned up pretty high, because I'm trying to get that Ludwigia red, but I think I'm just fighting a losing battle because the tank's too deep and light just doesn't get through. I don't think the Lotus Tiger Lily requires high light, but the more light it gets, the redder those leaves go. Has anybody got any questions? Don't forget we are live, guys, so if you've got anything you want to ask, now's the time. And if you can keep an eye on the level for me as well, that'd be a great help. So again, while I was talking, I've got the glass ketchup dispensers off Amazon. And 6 sprays of them makes your dose. Now something some people do and some people don't do is I add liquid CO2 to this tank because it's too light, and it does help reduce the algae. It's not liquid CO2, is it? They call it liquid CO2, but it's not. I can't remember what it's called. But what it does is kind of helps prevent algae growth. So preventing algae growth leaves more CO2 in the water that's natural for your plants, and that's kind of how that works. And I just put 3 sprays of that in every day. I may be wasting my time, or maybe wasting my money. I don't know, but it's something I've always done, and why change? It's not broken. This soil or just gravel. Is it Duane? I don't want to pronounce your name wrong, buddy. Anyway, Mr. or Mrs. Lachine. It's soil, so underneath is Tropica. It's Tropica soil, and it's capped in with like a fine to coarse gravel. It's not too fine. I did make a mistake on this tank, because times have changed since when I had aquariums years ago. So what I did, I put the soil in and I capped it, and I put the plants in. Happy days, look great. But then when you start changing plants and you start taking them out, and those roots have spread and they start dragging up the soil, kind of starts looking unsightly. Now I know you can get rid of the soil with a magnet. I know you can do that, but who's got time for that? So in all my other tanks, I did bag the soil into filter media bags because they're totally plastic. panicked then because I've not checked my water level. Because they're totally plastic, so they don't rot or they don't rust in your aquarium. So put the soil in them and then cap it with whatever you want to use, sand or gravel. And then when you remove plants, it just stops any of those bits of soil coming up. And it also helps if you've got fish like rams and Crebensis, anything that will dig into your gravel. You don't want it digging up your soil, do you? So it helps to stop that as well. Because I do have a few Crebensis in this tank. Now I know Crebensis can be aggressive. I know they can be aggressive. But I think I get away with it because it's so heavily planted. And on some of my videos, people are like, oh, you shouldn't be putting Crebensis with rainbows. Yes, you probably shouldn't, but I have done, and I've not had a problem with it, so why not? So I put 30 Crebensis in here, 30 Crebensis babies. It's all documented on my channel. I put 30 Crebensis babies into there just so they could grow out. And I caught 25 of them, and you can see how do you catch fish in that aquarium, really? So I caught 25 of them, exchanged them at my fish shop of choice, which is Maidenhead Aquatics in Wigan. So yeah, I swapped them out there. I think I got some fish off him and some food off him, so that was all good. Don't remember what I was saying though. So, oh yeah, so the 5 Crebensis that are in there have bred. So, and they get on fine. They get on fine with the rainbow fish. It might be because it's heavily planted. Rainbow fish tend to stay more at the top or middle to top, and Crebensis are like middle to bottom, so they don't really cross paths. Hi Sean, thanks for watching today. Thanks for loving the rainbow fish tank, mate. I've got a 6-foot rainbow tank. Oh mate, don't say that to me. I get really jealous, do you? Thanks Sean, thanks for that. I get really jealous because this is 4 foot. I'd love a 6 foot. Denise, is yours 6 or 8 foot? I think it's 8 foot. Denise, who's in, if she's still in, she's got an 8 foot. There's a guy at work that's got an 8 foot, and I'm thinking my tanks are too small now. Don't worry, Mum, if you're still watching. Don't worry, Mum, if you're still watching. I keep looking at my laptop instead of the phone. I'm not getting any more tanks yet. I've no room. Oh yeah, Denise, yeah, 6 foot. But it's massive though, isn't it? It's awesome. I love it. I do love it. Before I started today, guys, I did wash my hands and thoroughly rinsed them just to make sure. I've been shopping today. You don't know what you can pick up in Tesco's. That's not an offer. But as you can see, I don't add the water back too fast. It's just a steady flow back in. Kind of do move the hose pipe about a little bit. There is good flow in here anyway, but I do move it about a little bit. And yeah, I don't suffer from fish getting shocked. So some people may frown upon it. If it works for you, then it works for you, don't it? Simple as. Tell people how I do things, not how they should do things. What works for me doesn't always work for other people. Like adding this now. This is a KH and GH buffer, which I kind of made up earlier. As I was saying before, when I drop the water, I drop it to the same level so I know just how much to put in. On the back near the filter, so it kind of sucked into the filter and dissolved in there. It's coming up to level soon. It's a full. I can never remember. I am adding straight cold water, mate. Sean, yes, I am, yeah. Just do it really slowly. And it's not cold, but the temperature, so I did 40%, and the temperature has dropped. It was 78, and temperature has dropped to 76, so it's not really made much of a difference because the water's pretty warm at the moment. Where I live here, mate, just bear with me, I'm just going to turn that water off. Where I am, it's pretty warm, and the water doesn't really come out too cold. In the winter, it's a little bit of a different thing, but I do have some hot water to add at the same time. Not shock. But I've been doing this for years, mate, and I've never shocked anyone or anything. So that's that tank kind of done. It's not really taken much work today. It's quite a quick fix, really. At some point, I've got crypts that's kind of carpeting in the wrong places. It's round there, and there's some crypt it's kind of going round near the bulb of the lotus. So what I might actually do, and I might do it next week on next week's stream, is remove all that and then plant it all down the front here. But we'll see. So next is angelfish tank. So just bear with me, because this is a bit of a... If you've never seen the glass lid on my angelfish tank, well, you'll see it in a minute. It's not a mission, but you've just got to be really careful. Obviously, it's a glass lid. So I take it off. Sorry, I take it off every other week, and I clean the algae off it. You do get a bit of algae growth on the glass lid. You do. But, I won't be taking it off today. So what I do, I roll the towel up and I place it on the glass lid, and just bear with me because now I'll turn the camera around. Can we have a shot of that? We'll be better off over there. Sorry guys, let's just get the better picture for you. How's that? Is that better? How's that, everyone? Is that all right? Mickey's Aquariums, hey, how you doing? Sound's gone funny. Is it sound back, guys? Is the sound back? Cheers, Sean. Thank you. Is it okay now? Yeah. Nice. It's probably just because I've moved away from it, to be perfectly honest. Okay, so this is my angel tank, and it's fully glass lid. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a bit of a view. Let's have a. So my angelfish tank. I have actually yesterday morning. I did relaunch a short regarding the lid on the angelfish tank, because I get a lot of grief for the lid on the angelfish tank, believe it or not. So I kind of re-released it, and I will refilm it actually and re-release it over the next few weeks. So the angelfish tank was a rimless aquarium, as you can see, but it lost like 12 pints of water every day. And you know how many people have told me it didn't lose 12 pints of water every day and that I'm lying? You wouldn't even believe it. On Instagram, so many people told me there's no way in the world that aquarium was losing 12 pints of water a day. And all I used to say back to them was, I added 12 pints of water to this aquarium every day. So if it wasn't evaporating, where's it going? So say it's rented accommodation, so I was getting black mold, and I can't have black mold, so I've just got to be really careful. So I went to Glaziers in Bury, where I live, and they advised me to make a template of my aquarium with cutouts where I wanted it cutting out. So I had three made, one for each tank, apart from the fluval that we've just done there, because it has its own lid. So I had that made. And it's toughened glass. It's all been ground down, so there's no sharp edges. Oh, you can see that. And bear with me. So if you go to the back there, there's a gap there. So gas exchange is not a problem, guys, right? And then there's a gap there. So there's air getting in anyway. I have an air pump that runs 24/7 and it's on a hinge, which, gotta admit, I love it. I do love it. It looks awesome. So bear with me 1 second, guys. I'll just put you back onto it. Don't want to cut you off. So I'll put you back onto there. So what I do, when I'm working on the tank, I put a rolled up towel across the back, and I just lean it on there, and that kind of does the business. Just check. Is the sound gone again, guys? I don't really know why the sound would go, because it's done on my phone. Is the sound back, guys? Can anyone just let me know? Why would the sound be gone? Alright, so some people are. No, it's okay now. Cheers, thank you. Okay, Sean, I don't know what's going on there, mate. It wasn't Sean. Sound's gone. No, Duan. Not sure. Everyone else can hear me, so. So, okay, so maintenance on the aquarium, angelfish aquarium. I just put the lid back on the rainbow. And I use exactly the same method, but I don't drop this as much. This just gets 10%, or sometimes gets 20%, because my angels are frequently spawning, although I never really get any babies out of it because they're not really great at it. I just want to try and get you a better picture, guys. Is that a better picture? So, if you just bear with me, I'll start the extraction going. So yeah, start dropping the water on there, and then it's the same old story with the cleaning the glass. One thing I do use though is a different scourer. Same type of scourer, just a different one. I don't like to use the same scourer in all the tanks, just in case. As far as I'm aware, I'm kind of disease free at the moment anyway. Or my tanks are, I should say. But yeah, it's just not good to try and spread, is it? When I move plants, I do kind of quarantine the plants for a couple of days just in case. This glass never really seems to get any algae build-up, just because I run one fluval plant light again. It is kind of low, as the Anubis doesn't need the light. Give it a good wiping over every week anyway, just to keep your view going. As you notice, I never gravel vac. I have had it asked before on a maintenance video, why don't I gravel vac? And it's because the plants do it for you. If you're taking the dirt out, you're taking food away from the plants. So that's kind of all I do with the glass. So in here, it is angelfish, but I do also have there's about 25 cardinal tetras in there. I do want to add another 25, to be perfectly honest, because when they shoal together in the evening, when it's like when the sun starts going down, I know it sounds daft this, but when the sun starts going down and it's a little bit darker in the room, the tanks kind of like come out of their own. As you'll know, if you've got a tank, when it's dark, if you take a photograph of your tank in the day and you take a photograph of your tank at night with the lights on, which photograph looks better? If you don't know, do it. So, for some reason, and I don't think it's like a breeding thing, rainbow fish obviously look better in the morning because it's a breeding thing that they show those colours in the morning because that's what attracts the female. But I don't for 1 minute think that's what happens with cardinals, unless people know different. If people know different, then say so in the chat, obviously. But my cardinals look amazing when the sun goes down, and when there's 25 of them shoal together, spectacular. So I sit here at night and look and think, oh, imagine another 25 and that shoal being 50. That's where I'm going. That's what needs to happen. I am on the lookout, but I'm in Manchester, and I'll be honest with you. Have you seen the price of cardinal tetras at the moment? Wow. Cardinal tetras are no longer a cheap pickup, I'm afraid. Was it? I think when I went looking for them the other week, I think there were 3 for £12, which take it that's like 3 for $14 or something like that. That's like, God, man, the cardinals, crazy price. So on here, all I tend to try and do on here is kind of remove just a few of the dying off Anubias leaves, and it just thins it out and helps the light get through for any new growth. And I don't really do them all together because I kind of like the look of this tank. There's a few different types of Anubias in it. And that's why I say I think I've only ever bought 4 Anubias plants, and they're all different ones. Coin, mini, is it Barteria, whatever that is, don't know. Not really that great with Latin names, guys, to be honest. Did do Latin at school. Is that filter too noisy for you guys, or is it alright? Because I have turned the air pump off from my brine shrimp catcher, because that is proper noisy. That is really noisy. So in here, like I say, I kind of dropped this. It's probably about 10-15%. My angelfish do breed regular in here, so sometimes it's like 20-25%. So if they are spawning, I don't do a water change. You know what I mean? They tend to do. The thing is, they tend to do the spawning round about late afternoon. That tends to be the time they do it, and I do my water changes early afternoon. So they're always like, you can tell they're going to spawn. You can tell they're going to spawn because on the night before they're a little bit wild, and there might be a few little territorial disputes. And then in the morning, you can see them there just cleaning off a leaf or cleaning off the wood or the heater. And what's the point of doing a water change and spoiling that? I don't really have any success. I've never had any angel babies out of it. I've had them. They've got up to the point where they've just been barely free swimming, but I didn't put angelfish in this tank to breed them, to be perfectly honest. I just wanted angelfish in there. And I'll be honest with you now, because they breed, I would like to swap them out at some time, which sounds pretty tight, but I'd like to swap them out because I wouldn't mind a tank of barbs, to be perfectly honest. Like green tiger barbs, albino tiger barbs, normal tiger barbs, the 5-band barb, the cherry barb. They're all awesome, aren't they? And they're a little bit more lively, where angels kind of just follow you about. Don't really do much apart from breed. So that's kind of just about where I take the water to. So just remove that to stop the siphon. And then I kind of Mr. Miyagi it a bit, just taking out the leaves. What leaves I can take out. The glass lid, just make it a little bit harder to work on, I will admit that. But I'd rather just slightly struggle. So, right, I don't know if I'll show you what I'm going on about with this tank. So, right, so if you look, it's all like trees, if you will. And before all the Anubias grew, there was like root work that grew round all the rocks, and it looks awesome. If you if you go on my channel and do the fish room tour, there's some pictures of it in build. And I glued them all on, and everything was fine. But over the year, or over the couple of years that it's been built, I did use Gorilla Gel, the green cyanacrylate glue, and it was good. It did a great job, but 2 years down the line, it's all come loose. So I lost a couple of the roots. And there is still a lot of root system in there, but some of the wood's just a little bit unsteady now. So when you go in there and you're trimming all your plants off, it's kind of like dead easy to knock it, and then you've got to try and push your head in. So the glass lid kind of stops me going in there like a madman and knocking all the decor all over the place, because I'm a little bit clumsy. So that's the water change done on that. A little bit of plant trimming. The Lotus Tiger Lily in here is spot on. It doesn't need any work. Sean again, thank you, Sean. Get some discus. I know I'd like discus, mate, but I think they're kind of the same as angelfish. They kind of follow you about a little bit. And I had barbs years ago. So many moons ago, when I had tanks like years ago, I started off with a community tank, and then I got a species only tank that went underneath that, and that I did a species only Cubensis tank for a while. I did have a barb tank, but it was just tinfoil barbs. And back in the day, you couldn't have the plants and all that. It just wasn't. There wasn't really any plants available. I think you could pick up Amazon swords and some crazy, crappy kabomba, and I think that's all you could kind of have. So, kind of spoilt with the amount of plants that we have now. So, can't remember what I was saying. Anyway, doesn't matter, does it? So, I will start the water coming back into this now. again, just at a nice, slow, steady rate, as not to shock. But like this is a 300 litre Aqua One aquarium. The stand is part of it. And when I bought this, I went to buy a smaller tank than the 240 litre and came out with a 300 litre. So yeah, that's how you do it, guys. Going to buy something small, come out with something bigger. So yeah, that's kind of how it happened. And then the third tank, I kind of just saw it on a mad crazy offer at Pets at Home online. So when you see a tank on a giveaway price, do you buy it or do you just let it go? I do add fertiliser into there as well, and the CO2 into there, and if I added that, I will add that anyway again, just in case. Can't remember if I did it. Don't think I did. And I do add buffer. Again, obviously, just a little bit. I keep my G8, my KH round about 5 to 6. That's where I keep it at. I don't like adding a lot of it. Have you ever researched pH and GH for yourself and gone onto the forums and looked at people's opinions on whether you should be putting additives for GH or GH and buffers and all that? Oh, it's proper mental. It's just proper mental. It's like so many mixed opinions on what to do. So I had one, and went to an aquarium near me, and a woman showed me but they were like, oh, you shouldn't be on that. And you kind of got the impression that it's like, oh, you shouldn't be on it. Why? But they sell it. You know what I mean? It's like kind of a bit of mouth really, and they kind of, you can see kind of frowned on it. So when I finished, I thought, okay, well, we'll see if there's any difference of not adding it. And I lost a couple of currencies, lost a couple of rainbows. So started adding it. The volume got funny on me, Denise. Yeah. Why is the sound coming from the phone? I have to get I may have to get a mic. Is it back? Is it back or is it still dodgy? I don't get it. I should maybe I'll. Is the sound back, guys? Is it okay? Yeah. Don't really know. I think I might have to get. I'll see about getting a little microphone that'll just for the iPhone and just have it clipped to me. I think that's what might be. Because I know another YouTuber that kind of he inspired me into getting back into it. That's what I want to kind of stopped doing YouTube. And Richard at Fish Keeping Answers. So if you've got a shrimp, guys, go and pay Richard a visit at Fish Keeping Answers on YouTube. He is, well, I'll be honest, he's probably forgotten more about shrimp than what I know about shrimp. and I kind of put myself down as a professional shrimp keeper for sure. I kind of know what I'm doing with it, and that is only again down to Richard. He kind of inspired me to get back into the YouTube and concentrate on just one niche, which is obviously the rainbow fish. And so I do have to thank Richard for that, because he does help me out loads. So I will always plug his channel, because he's great. So again, it's just cold water from the tap, just slowly. As you can see, it's not too fast. To be perfectly honest, I can do it a bit faster. Won't be a sec. Again, yeah. What's going on with this sound? I will. I'll go on Amazon and I'll order a mic. Can't add sound on a laptop to see what if it's all right. Otherwise, you'll get feedback. How's that now? Is it kind of like muffled? Does it kind of sound like muffled? That's kind of what I'm getting off the laptop. It's just on the laptop. Shut my laptop down and I'll see if that helps because of the Wi-Fi. If not, then like I say, I'll get a different. I'll try and get a mic. Is it jumper? Right. Yeah, that's kind of how it was on the. Wonder if I move it nearer. Is that better now? It's nearer by any chance? It might just because I've moved it. Don't know. Is that better? Yeah. Right, good. I think just because I moved it near, it might have just been too far away. But we'll look at getting a better mic anyway, because if I'm going to start doing this on Saturday afternoons, guys, then got to get the sound right, haven't I? So on this one, I don't fill it right to the top. I leave it about 1 centimetre, which is what, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. Yeah, about 1/2 inch. Yeah, don't take it right up to the top. I am, if this does take off, guys, I'll probably be looking at try to get some people to do the moderating on the chat for me a little bit. So obviously don't really need it right now because there's not much chat action, but if it takes off, so if anyone's interested, yeah, give us a contact me either on Facebook, which is BGN Aquariums on Facebook, Instagram, which is the same, BGN Aquariums, or message me on YouTube. I will look into it. So is anyone buying any fish this weekend? That's in the chat. Is anyone buying anything? Is anyone going out to buy? Has anybody got any questions regarding, regarding anything really? If I can answer them, I will do. And when I say anything, I mean anything regarding my tanks. Start asking any weird questions on me, guys. So these live chats do they do stay on the channel as well, guys, so you can always watch over them again for anything, or share. If anyone, for those that are watching, thank you for watching. If you can click on the like button if you haven't done already, and if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the channel. I need to get my watch hours up, guys. That's what it's all about. I did pass a monetization milestone last Saturday. Actually, I broke the milestone, so my channel is slightly monetized now, and I can open a shop. So I don't think I'm putting much in the shop as it is, but you never know. I might put the t-shirt on in the shop. I'm getting a price on some cups as well with just that logo across. Don't know if people will buy them or not, don't know. But I might just dip my toe in the water and see anyway. See if anyone does. If no one buys them, nothing lost, is it? T-shirts, I might just put a picture of this on and see if anyone orders them rather than have any made up. So if you do order a t-shirt, it might take a few weeks. But the plan is, long term, to kind of produce more videos and kind of do it full time, guys. That is what my plan is for my YouTube page, YouTube channel. Just try and do it full time, and then I can kind of produce videos on the rainbow fish still. I do already do videos on the planted side as well, just not as much as what I do the rainbows. Then I can start doing videos on other things as well, like the CO2 tank. The CO2 tank is an experiment at the end of the day. I started off with the biosystem, and I upgraded to the full-on proper CO2 system about 18 months ago, and that's a learning curve. So I will give you a brief glimpse of it in a minute. I just don't want to go over there and get distracted and then flood myself out. So if we can just give it a few seconds till this does, and then I will show you the CO2 tank. And kind of for those that add CO2 to their aquarium, they'll probably go, there's nothing special in that, because you see some CO2 tanks that are amazing on YouTube and on Instagram, don't you? They're fantastic. But I'm proud of what I've built there, and it's looking good. Like I say, I'll give you a brief glimpse of it in a minute. Just don't want to get distracted. I get easily distracted, so you can just bear with me. It's just got to go up a couple more mil, and then then we'll have a look. Has anybody got any questions that they want to ask? Obviously, leave comments as well once this live stream's finished today. Everybody that has watched, even though I think there's only 3 in now, but thank you for the support. I know I've kind of had 7 or 8 people in here all the way through, really, and I really appreciate that. It's really good. For the first time, I don't think 8's too bad. It could be a lot worse. Could have had nobody in there. So 8 for pretty much, I think 50 minutes of it. It's been pretty good, so thank you for everybody that's joined us today. If you just bear with me one sec, I'll go and turn the water off, and then we'll go and have a quick look at that CO2 tank. Water's off. I do like to check just in case. Right, let's just undo this. I'll show you a little tour of the other 2 tanks anyway while we're on. So there is a build video coming up for the CO2 tank. Say that'll hopefully be here in about a month. Just want the plants to grow in a little bit more. But that's my CO2 tank at the moment. I don't know if you can see that there. So what I did, it's a brief glimpse into the build. So if you look at the side there, it's kind of, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can. It's kind of built up a little bit at the back. So what that has done is, the red plants at the back are higher. They're higher up than the ones at the front. So the light intensity is more, and it's all good. The grass at the bottom is carpeting. The Alternanthera rhinocae mini, I think it might need fertilising. I'm not quite sure. If anyone knows, then let me know. But yeah, it's not doing too great. There is 2 lights in here, so it's not a light issue, I don't think. But as I say, it's trial and error. I don't know if you can actually, it's still there. Actually, I'll just show you this because, right, so I added boost years ago to one of my tanks and it just really did nothing. The boost almost died out. So when I started the CO2 tank, which was probably just over 18 months ago when I started the CO2 tank, because I had the bio system running for about a couple of weeks and I noticed a massive difference, so I just upgraded to the CO2 system straight away. So I put an almost dead booster philandra into the CO2 tank and I just left it. And with CO2 and good lighting, that was 1 plant. Can we see that there? Are we on there? So that was 1 plant. And as you can see, hopefully you can see it, there's a flower. There's a booster philandra flower. So that just goes to show what CO2 does. And I will just show you it's a different fertilizer. I use the APT3 fertilizer in that. Because that is what I was advised to use by a guy on Instagram that I'm friends with, who was ranked, I think, 27th in the World Aquascaping Championships last year. So if he uses APT3, that's what I'm going to use. So that's what I was advised to use. And then my little shrimp tank. So I'll just show you that. It is fully planted again. And started off. Right, so the story behind the shrimp tank is I bought 8 shrimp and they died. So I bought another 8 shrimp, they died. And this was a thing that went on for ages. Just could not get my head around shrimp. Anyway, so like I say, Richard, started watching his videos on YouTube and went to the shop, bought 4 shrimp, put them in there, and now there's a good few hundred in there. I've given up counting them because of loads. But yeah, if you kind of like dissolve bee pollen in water and then pour that in so there's little particles and they fall all over the place, you get to realise just how many shrimp are in there. So guys, I think we may as well call it a day today on the live stream. Thanks to everybody that has watched and joined in today. Thank you so much. Like I say, I'll try and get the sound a little bit better for next Saturday. If anyone wants to contact me on Facebook, do so. Thanks for watching. I will have a video coming out on Friday. As usual, my videos are launched at 3:15 on a Friday afternoon, and I tend to launch shorts It's just gone 7 o'clock in the morning every day. Sometimes I don't launch them at weekend. It kind of depends, really. I may even do away with doing the shorts soon. I may just concentrate on the long form instead. I'm not quite sure. Thanks, Denise. It was my first stream. I hope it's gone all right. I've probably repeated myself loads. But as my mum would confirm, I'm quite good at talking rubbish anyway. So thank you for joining us today, guys. If you're not a member already, please do subscribe to the channel and check out some of my content, because I need to get them watch hours up. So I'll see you soon, guys, and I'll definitely be doing a live stream again next Saturday. I do my maintenance on a Saturday afternoon, and so I'm just going to live stream my maintenance, but it's not going to really be about the maintenance. I'm just going to do it while I'm doing the maintenance. So if anybody has any questions that they want me to address, then feel free to ask in the future, obviously. And thanks for watching, and see you next week. Bye now.